G'day guys and welcome to Raging Rhino. Recently there's been a lot of talk about the Lando Calrissian season coming to Disney Plus and of course the development behind that. Now of course a couple of days ago there was a video that I put out in regards to the fact that Justin Simien, the original writer for this series, really didn't know much about it, and this was obviously from IGN. I used this little piece here that he actually didn't really know much about and hasn't really been updated on it since 2020. Then of course a couple of days later there was also this that came out, the fact that Donald Glover and Stephen Glover were actually going to be writing the series, and who knows what was happening with Justin Simien. Now, from there's been a little bit more that's come out since I put out that video, and it was the fact that Justin Simien found out he was fired from the Lando series after reading an Instagram post. So he found out, they basically Lucasfilm, Gina Carano, Justin Simien from this series. And he found out that he wasn't a part of this through social media. I find it absolutely hilarious how this multi-million dollar company, multi-billion dollar if you think about the fact that they bought it for $4 billion, company can't actually, tell these people or, at least let them know behind closed doors that we're going off on a different direction or anything like that. And of course, the writer has to find out that he's fired or no longer a part of it through social media. So of course, there was that element to it as well. But of course, there is now a new thing that's come out from Billy D. Williams, and this is a couple of posts, a couple of his more recent posts that he's actually put out on Twitter. So on the 29th of July, a couple of days ago, he writes, "Something exciting coming soon." And then of course today, 10 hours ago, we get this post from him. "I am thrilled to share that something truly magnificent is coming soon. This is a dream come true for me on all that has sustained and carried me through a lifetime of dreams and adventure. It is my honor to share with you. Make sure you enable notifications for stories and posts to stay in the loop. You don't want to miss this. May the force be with you all." And it makes me think, obviously, that Billy D. Williams is coming back to maybe reprise his role as Lando. Now, it makes me wonder what they can kind of do with him, because again, from The Rise of Skywalker and what we see from Billy D. Williams, he can't really do the job anymore. He can't really act anymore unless he's basically sitting in a chair or sitting in a wheelchair or something like that. So it makes me wonder, how are they going to use him? Now, if he is just behind the scenes and helping with the development of it, that's one thing. But if he's actually going to have a part in it, again, it makes me wonder if it is going to tie into The Rise of Skywalker at all, right? It also makes me think, how could they do it? And it makes me wonder whether or not this could be the case. And hear me out here for a second. Everything that we see that comes up in the Lando series is all a flashback, and then at the very end of the series, Lando is there telling this story to maybe some younglings or something like that, and it's old Lando Calrissian as Billy D. Williams. Something along those lines, because I don't know how they can use Billy D. Williams to reprise his role as Lando. Now, again, who knows what's going to be coming out? We'll have to wait and see, and get your notifications, turn your notifications on so that you can stay up to date with it all. But this has obviously been now an ongoing thing, and it's interesting, it's sort of ramped up this entire talk about the Lando series. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, I should say, Justin Simien comes out and basically says, am I too black? Am I too queer to actually do these things for these massive studios? Because it seems that he does all of this work, and of course then they just ditch his ideas, or they completely ditch him, or it's just the end of it, like nothing really eventuates from it. And then, of course, we find out that he's no longer even a part of it, and Donald and Stephen Glover are going to be the ones writing it. Then we find out that Justin Simien didn't even know about it until he found out from social media. And now we're hearing that Billy D. Williams looks like he's going to in some way be reprising his role as Lando Calrissian. Now again, I'm just speculating based on what I'm seeing here. We don't know that he is going to reprise the role. And like I said, it could just be a bit of a behind the scenes thing. Maybe he's going to help write the character a little bit, because these characters because of their work with George Lucas, they really got to know the characters that they were playing. Because George Lucas had such a depth for each character that the actors acting the characters really got to know the characters. So possibly he's just coming in as a producer of some kind, maybe, or something along those lines. But I really feel like with this announcement that there's some big news coming, that it's more so that he's actually going to be playing Lando in the upcoming Lando series in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I just thought it was quite funny how this story has kind of continued over the last few weeks and sort of ramped up with more little announcements like this. And like I said, how Justin Simeon has basically been fired and they Gina Carano'd him. So, completely hilarious. Fucking Kathleen Kennedy, the worst president of any company ever. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.